You ever notice how the sun doesn't wait? It doesn't slow down because you hit snooze 3 times. It doesn't circle back because you weren't ready. It just moves. Steady, quiet, certain. I was sitting on a curb once, somewhere between nowhere and somewhere important, when an old man tapped my shoulder and said, "If we take off now, we can still catch the sun." I looked at him like he was crazy. Catch the sun? Who talks like that? But he wasn't talking about the sky. He was talking about life. We spend a lot of time waiting for perfect conditions, waiting until we feel ready, until we have more money, more confidence, more certainty. But here's the thing nobody tells you. Readiness is a myth we use to delay courage. That old man didn't ask if I had a plan. He didn't ask if I was prepared. He just started walking. And something about that made me follow. Because deep down, I knew I had already been waiting too long. Let me tell you a story. There was once a traveler who carried a lantern everywhere he went. During the day, people laughed at him. "Why carry a lantern when the sun is shining?" they asked. He would just smile and keep walking. One evening, the traveler reached a fork in the road, just as the sun began to set. The others who mocked him stood there, frozen, arguing over which path was safer, which path was right. But the traveler, he lit his lantern and moved forward. By the time darkness fell, he was miles ahead. Most people think catching the sun means chasing success, chasing money, chasing something out there. But what if it's simpler than that? What if catching the sun means showing up while there's still light left in you? Because every day you get a little less time, a little less energy, a little less chance to say what you've been meaning to say, to become who you've been meaning to become. And yet, we hesitate. We scroll instead of speak. We plan instead of act. We wait instead of live. Listen, you don't need to overhaul your entire life overnight. You just need to start walking. Call that person. Take that risk. Begin that thing you keep postponing. Because the truth is, the sun you're trying to catch, it's not at the horizon. It's in the moment you decide to move. I asked that old man later, "What happens if we don't catch it?" He laughed, not loudly, just enough to make me realize I was asking the wrong question. He said, "You don't catch the sun. You catch yourself before you run out of light." And that stayed with me, because it's not about reaching some perfect destination. It's about not letting your days slip past, unnoticed, unlived, untouched by intention. So here's what I'll leave you with. If there's something in your life you've been delaying, something that quietly calls to you when everything else gets quiet, don't wait for the perfect time. There isn't one. There's only now, and the light you still have. And if we take off now, we can still catch the sun.